This is more of a question for Rolo. I know you did a blog post on that called "Kill the Beta."
Mm-hmm.
I'm having a lot of trouble doing that.
Everybody does.
My whole thing is I do that whole plate spinning thing. I do that. Eventually, I find one that I kind of like, and then that blue pill guy that I've been trying to push down is just coming up like, here's Prince Charming,
Mm-hmm.
and then I kind of fuck everything up.
Yeah, that's a common, actually very common. How long have you been? Well, first of all, how old are you?
22.
22. Okay. Yeah.
I'll give it some practice.
See, he's kind of coming out of this phase, what I call the break phase. It's like when men are about 18 to 22, they kind of are still trapped in that idealism that their teenage years has taught them, particularly if you're blue pill and you're really invested in monogamy, or you think a lot of guys who are real, I hate to pick on religious guys, but a lot of religious guys get into this where it's like, they feel like the only valid way for them to interact with women is basically vetting a woman for marriage, and so their game is sort of colored and defined by that. It doesn't sound like that's your problem, though. It sounds like you're spinning plates, and then you get to that one where your dream girl, and your dream girl. Then what happens is you think that you have to act in a different way, and maybe you can correct me on this or not, but I think that when guys get into this situation, what they do is they feel like they have to be somebody else, or they think that the red pill, or applying game that they've learned, they think that that's an act, and it's not like part of who they are. And so once they get into a more solid relationship with the girl who is their quote unquote dream girl, which is usually their idealized woman, and at 22, that idealization is sometimes dangerous. What they do is they feel like they got to be somebody. They got to let the act drop. They got to say, okay, well, now I can let my hair down, or now I can, walk around the house in my underwear, I don't have to be that guy anymore. I don't have to be the guy that impressed her. And so what happens is you're kind of insulting a woman's hypergamy, because what happens is she sees who you are when you're gaming her. She sees who you are, who you've presented yourself to be as that perception. And then it's like you saying, but I'm really not like that. I'm really a nice guy, and I'm really more like this. And you think that that's going to be endearing to her, but what it is and in some cases it might be, depending on where a woman is sort of in her cycle, or where she is in her lifetime. But women don't look for that nice guy until they get to be about 30, when they need to cash in their chips. So
longer than that.
Yeah, exactly. So what I would say, you want to say, how do I kill the beta? Well, you need to just keep going. You need to spin more plates. Practice. You need to get out there more. Don't consider monogamy until you get to be about 30 years old. Don't look for a girlfriend. Just look for girlfriends. Was that in the Breakfast Club? Are all these girls your girlfriend? No, some of them are my girlfriend. Some of them I just considered.